What's going on, guys? My name is Orphid. It feels like I haven't recorded in forever. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing awesome, because I am. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3 for the last couple days, and this game is fucking incredible. So, I'm gonna be giving you guys my first impressions, and generally just what I think of the game and what I've played so far. So, I'm close to 20 hours in. I have 17 and a half hours on this file currently. I've done the introductory world, which is Olympus, and I've done 3 other ones after that. I won't really mention the worlds too much because I don't want to spoil anything, just in case you're watching this video and you want to go in, as blind as possible to experience everything, for yourself. Speaking of introductory, oh my god. The intro to the game honestly reminded me of God of War 3. If any of you had never played God of War 3, that game began with such a bang. It was a spectacle. It was just boss fights after boss fights, constant mobs of enemies, all while you the player are learning the game at the same time. So it's just action, man. It's pure beauty. It's pure spectacle. So the game definitely does open with a lot of action. They put you right into it. Does not have a slow start at all. So that much I definitely appreciate it. You get familiar with the combat systems, the magic all up front, and we'll go into gameplay later, but I needed to talk about that initial world because that was a great way to start the game off. So the story here is definitely looking to tie up any loose ends from all of the other games that came before it. They're looking to wrap everything up in this game. So far, you've just really dealt with the actual individual stories of each world, and the overall story is just getting, fed to you in little pieces. So I imagine towards the end of the game is where you're gonna start getting the really big revelations and, plot moments that happen. But so far, the story is very enjoyable. When you go to these Disney worlds, the characters are obviously colorful. If you know any of the actual characters from watching the movies, they're just like they are in the movies. And it's just, you'll enjoy the stories. They're self-contained in the actual Disney world. And, for that little 2.5 hour time she spent in the worlds, it's enjoyable. It'll keep you invested at the very least. The presentation of this game is fantastic as well. The menus are simple. They're true to the series. So if you play the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, the menus are all familiar. They're stylized, so they're modernized. They look better, but they still are the same menus, which is very much appreciated. I hate convoluted menus, unnecessary shit. Like, just let me get to where I'm trying to go. Let me get my items and stuff. So presentation is beautiful, and the little graphic cinematics when you go into a world for the first time, the way your actual action menu looks, how you can customize it to where it's themed in the world you're in. So all that stuff is Kingdom Hearts if you've ever played it. If you haven't, it's very eye-catching, it's very pleasing to look at, and overall it looks great. And that takes me to the graphics, which, oh my goodness, if you had told me in Kingdom Hearts 3 you would play a Toy Story world that looks identical to the Pixar films, I would have called you a liar. I kid you not. There are just moments as I'm watching the cutscenes, notably in the Toy Story world, where I'm looking at like Buzz and Woody and I'm just like, holy fucking shit. Like, this game looks exactly like the Pixar movies when you're in those worlds, and just on its own when you're in places like Twilight Town, when you're doing the Gummy Ship, where you're seeing Sora, Donald, and Goofy in cutscenes. It's beautiful, man. The character models are, excellent. If there's any characters they're trying to replicate, like the Disney characters, they're all just, they're fucking great, man. The graphics in this game are unbelievable. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. The particle effects are absolutely incredible when you're launching these gigantic magic attacks and you're seeing Donald and Goofy flying across the screen attacking things. It's all beautiful. Some of my favorite spells to cast in the game are the Blizzard variation spells, because the ice and the way the screen just lights up, and it's so great. And they also added this feature as far as the battle system goes, called attractions, and basically they are literally Disney rides that you use to damage and defeat enemies. So no joke, you're fighting an enemy and you'll get the command prompt to use, say, teacups, and you will get inside of the little spinny teacups like the ones you could ride at Disneyland, and there's lights all over them, they're spinning, there's all the particles and effects or whatever, and you are literally just spinning in these cups around enemies to damage them, and it's so sick. And one of my favorite ones is the ship. So you get into like the big pirate ship, and you're swooshing back and forth. There's water effects that are going everywhere, and it does so much damage to enemies, and it's so satisfying. I have yet to get tired of seeing the animation for that ship, and it's just, dude, it's incredible, man. As you're playing this game, you are just gonna be wowed all over the place. There's never a dull moment when it comes to the combat in this game, and that brings me to the actual combat and a little more of some of the systems and the intricacies that go into that. So far, by and far, my favorite part of this game and any other Kingdom Hearts game, that's why I play these games, is for the combat. It was always robust when you had magic systems. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you had drive forms. You have these summons, you have limits, you can use magic, and they just offer you so many different ways to play, considering it's an JRPG. You have a leveling system, you have items you can equip, you can swap party members when you go into the worlds, the themed characters from the world become your party members, and it's a very, very, very fun game to play. Pretty much at all times you're in combat, it's a fun game. So the biggest addition, the biggest change to this game is situation commands and Keyblade transformation. So unfortunately, I am sad to say drive forms so far have not made a return, but I really do think that the Keyblade transformations are a good supplement. So anytime you do combos in this game, depending on what actions preceded the combo, you will get a situation command. So for an example, if you launch a bunch of Blizzard spells, you might get a situation command for like Blizzara or Blizzaga, which is a higher form of the Blizzard spell. And then you get to launch that attack at no extra MP cost. And the same goes with your physical form attacks. So these Keyblades have transformations. Once you reach the conditional, for example, the Olympus Keyblade that you get from doing the first world is this shield. It's like this shield with, thunderbolts on it, and the transformation is centered more around defense. So you get to block and use retaliation attacks. It has some AoE melee attacks, and at the end of the form, when you get ready to do the finish, you actually get, I believe it's the Pegasus, or it could just be a stock white horse, whatever, that flies around and Sora just casts thunder as he's riding in this chariot, just damaging enemies. And that's one Keyblade. One Keyblade transformation can do all of that, and every Keyblade has its own unique transformation. So it is, that's one of my favorite parts of the game, and I honestly think it'll actually be better than drive forms in the long run. So if you can't tell, I love the combat in this game. It's always exciting. As I said earlier, the particle effects, just the actual flair and the scale of some of these attacks that Sora and his party members can do is unbelievable. And then you have limits, which are like special attacks that your teammates can jump in on, which again are big. There's lots of stuff happening on screen, a lot of damage going around, and it's great. They have links as well, which are basically summons from the other game. Now, as far as combat, links are the only thing I don't really care about. I've used links like twice maybe, and like one of the times it was an accident. So I'm not a fan of links, but they serve their purpose. Some people might use them just for the characters associated with them. Personally, I'd rather just stick to the magic because I'm a mage fanboy. But ultimately, when it comes to the combat, there's definitely something here for everybody. You can play however you want. If you just want to whack everything in sight with the Keyblade, if you want to actually just put together these gigantic spells that obliterate everything on screen, if you want to use limits and summons, that's the way to go. If you want to focus on specific Keyblade for transformations, there's so much here, and like I said, you will not get bored of the combat in this game. I guarantee it. It is just a blast. So I think one of the biggest questions for me and a bunch of other Kingdom Hearts fans is, was this game worth the wait? The fucking 13-year-long wait. And based on what I've played, all the improvements you can see are clearly made, and the things implemented from, some of the best parts of the series, whether it was the mobile games, the main games like 1 and 2. I think this is the game I've been waiting for when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, and I have not had a dull moment yet. Exploring the worlds, it's always fun. The level design is much better in this game. The levels are more open-ended, there's verticality. Sora has a lot of movement ability, so you can get to these hard-to-reach places if you actually take the time to look to find, extra valuables, chests, and just these different world interactions. And the game is awesome, man. So as soon as I put this video together, I'm jumping my ass right back on a PS4 so I can dive just into it again. Like, I didn't even want to stop to make this video, but I was like, let's get these impressions out, man. Let's let the world know that, this game is something special. So if you are not a Kingdom Hearts fan and this game looks appealing to you, I do believe you can jump into it right away. And if you decide you want to be more dedicated, you can go and, watch some videos on recaps. Hell, even play the other games for yourself and go through that fucking headache of trying to understand what's going on, because you got a better chance at figuring out if the Illuminati is real or not. But that's been my impressions on this game, man. I do really think it's something special, and I'm probably gonna do a second playthrough on Proud Mode as soon as I finish the game, because I just want to play more of this game. I just want more. Give me more. So thank you guys for watching the video so much. If you've played Kingdom Hearts, what do you think of it? Drop a comment. Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. All of that good jazz. But let me get back to this game. So I will see you guys later. Have a good one.